Hello, friends. Hey, leaders. Happy Saturday. It's Coach Tia. I love giving you communication tips and strategies to help you both personally and professionally. If anyone loves my content, you know that I always focus on internal dialogue. My content is all about helping you have the conversation with yourself that you need to have so that you can be the great leader that you are and keep doing the good things that you're doing to change the world. So, I want to dive right in. Today's topic is all about forgiveness and betrayal. And I love having this topic on a day where I feel like a champion because the are playing. I'm always excited for a good football Saturday. I've got my gear on, so I'm all prepared for a great victory. So I thought I would share some content that I thought would give you a great victory internally to help you release and move forward into your future and into your destiny. Speaking of which, speaking of moving forward, I have a camp that is coming up that is designed for women. This is the space that you need to do just this sort of information, this kind of content, and work through these sort of thoughts and cleanse your heart and your mind and your body. The things that are weighing you down is called Camp Voice. So go to my website. It is coachtia.org/Camp Voice, and make sure you reserve your spot. Seating is very limited. There's two different ways you can come. You can do a day pass where you can come for the day, and we have a really cool luau that evening once the workshops are over, or you can stay overnight and just after workshops are over, you get to enjoy the grounds and have some time to yourself to work through some of the information that will be transformational. And I cannot wait because we have Coach Wame and we have Coach Arena who are going to walk each of us through the mind, body, spirit, and recommitting to your goals. And so please make sure that you prioritize coming to that. If you need to heal from an abusive environment, doesn't need to be romantic. It can be a work culture. It could be anything that is really kind of in your way and keeping you from ascending to the next level of your growth. So let's just talk about, first, we'll talk about uh, forgiveness and we'll talk about betrayal. Okay. So I want to just give you my own sort of revelation of my time transforming and thinking through what forgiveness is. And it has been such a journey for me because naturally, I am not a very forgiving person, nor do I forget. So I want to tell you this as a person who has grown. I want to tell you this as a person who has been learning and share with you the internal dialogue exercises that I have had to work through to release some of the hardest things that I've been through in my own life that has given me such a release and freedom to move forward and to build and to grow and reinvent myself outside of the confines of what people have done to me, the people who've disappointed me, and all those sort of things, and figure out who I am. And I want to share that with you because it really helped me out quite a bit. And I'm sharing it from you as a person with experience, not as a person who was high and mighty that had something mastered to begin with, but as someone who has learned. And so, one thing that I've learned about forgiveness and the inner dialogue that I have with myself and the conversation I'm encouraging you to have yourself is just to take it as a terms of do not look back. You don't look backwards. That does not mean that you're okay with everything that happened. That doesn't mean that you are now in a place where you're happy about the things that happen. When I say don't look back, I just mean be fully present, based on the information that you have today, based on what you know today. If you don't look back, if the painful things never happened, and you're just a wiser, more powerful being who has what would to become in the event that you decide that you want decisions to be made. So basically, what I'm saying is do not look back when it comes to the things that would bring quality to your life. Let's say that there is a person that you would call, right? Someone that you love. Um, if you look back and decide, I'm not going to call them because I'm afraid of rejection, because the last time I did that, someone rejected me. No, that's how you know that you're the one putting yourself in a horrific box. And I don't want you to do that to yourself, right? Um, what I want you to do is I want you to consider that what you can do and what you need to do is look forward, look ahead. What would you do if you had no fear? What would you do if nothing mattered? What would you do if everything went the way that it was supposed to go? So no longer should you let a person who disappointed you stop you from having more joy, having more love, having more in your life. So that's what forgiveness means. And that's when they say it has nothing to do with the other person. It has nothing to do with the other person. It means that I will no longer live in a memory that will continue to confine me. I'm a wiser person. I'm a smarter person. I have more information. I want you to kind of sit in that divine energy as a person who knows now, not a person who just has experience. And experiences are important. But I know this is information that I have, and I know I'm not going to be afraid of that information because information is powerful no matter how you feel about it. Take your feelings out of it and allow what you know to liberate you, not to confine you. That's what forgiveness is. Don't look back. Okay. So I want you to think through some of that. What are some of the moments? What are the great things you would do in your life if a terrible thing didn't happen to you? That you and I want you to push yourself to go forward as an informed person, not as a hurting person. Do not allow your pain into that moment. Be present. Now, let's talk about reconciliation. There are some times where forgiveness looks like reconciliation. The only time it should look that way is if the people you're reconciling with have grown, right? But if they have not, then you have to make that decision as an informed person, a person who is truly powerful, a person who knows better and is able to make an informed decision, right? Based on the present, not this is what they did to me in the past, but today, is this person good for you or not? Are they an asset or are they a liability? When if they're standing right in front of you, can they hurt you today? With the information that you have today, are you more informed today than you were? Let's say a person stole money out your purse, right? You don't have to continue to rest in the anger of what they stole. What you can say is, are they still a thief? And now that I know today, I will never leave my purse around them again. You don't have to keep them confined in that moment, but you can step into that moment now if you're going to deal with them in the future to say, I'll never have any money around them again. You don't have to stay in a position of offense, right? Because those things only hold you back. And I'm telling you that it drains your energy from being able to produce, it's draining you from being able to grow, it's draining you from being able to be creative and to think on an elevated level when you are living in memories. So I want you to learn how to live in the present. And truly, truly ask yourself, do you have the powerful information that you need to move forward with the information that you have? If you don't, go and get the information. If you don't, find out what you're missing. This is where therapy comes in. This is where it's important, where you can have a therapist that can give you some perspective, a vantage point outside of your emotions. And I love to say this to people. Sometimes people don't understand it. If you get it, you get it. The most powerful thing about truth is that it sets you free from how you feel. If you still have deep, strong feelings about something and you're completely emotional about something, usually it's because you don't have the truth yet. You have a perspective, you have a vantage point, you have an experience, but truth takes all the pieces together. And once you have truth, you're liberated from your emotions. That's how you know you hit the truth level. So I want you to go on the journey you need to go on to hit the truth level for the things that have hurt you in life, which means you may have to welcome in some professional vantage points to help you to see things the way you need to see it clearly, so that you can move forward and be truly present. And you're making your decisions based on the information you have today, not based on you being trapped or stuck in your past. So these are very important things to remember. Now, let me tell you about the kind of people that you should not reconcile with, okay? And this is how you know that if they betrayed you in any way, that you were liberated from having to burden their immaturity as a leader. And I'm speaking to leaders, okay? And you have grown. The type of people you should not reconcile with are people that you always have to be the bigger person, always. Iron is supposed to sharpen iron. And if you are truly committed to your growth, it should be that we are pouring into each other. It should be that we are growing and challenging each other. It should be that, sometimes I'm wrong, but you can help me see it. Sometimes you're wrong, I can help you see it. We can hold each other accountable for the truth, and we can bring each other across those hurdles and challenges. Those are the kinds of people you want to be around. You should not be in a position where you are always the smartest person, you're always the strongest person, unless you're around children. So some of us, we've been in that position. Let's say it's family. Sometimes it is family where they're always expecting you to be the bigger person. They're always expecting you to lead everyone out of the darkness. They cause the darkness, but they're expecting you to always overcome it. You don't need to be mad at them for it. What that says to me, when someone is saying, oh, well, you're older, oh, well, you have more, oh, well, you're wiser, it means they know you have outgrown them. That's what that means. And they also know that they are immature and they are expecting you constantly, pushing you and challenging you to grow, and in that, in turn, you've outgrown them, which means you don't belong there anymore. So there's no need for you to keep being offended by them. There's no need for you to keep frustrating yourself and dealing with people who are always challenging you and sharpening you and no one else in the family or even themselves. They know they're immature. They know that you are mature, and it just means you have outgrown that zone. And you're going to continue to be betrayed. You're going to continue to be offended until you decide to separate your energy from people that you have outgrown and you cannot help them. That's the most important thing. You know, there are times where you are going to be the leader in the space. You are the strongest one, you're the bravest one. But it should be that you're growing them. It should be that you are able to truly lead them. But if they know that they're in the wrong and they're expecting you to do something right, your leadership for them is ineffective and you're actually enabling them. They are challenging you and they're helping you to grow in those moments where you're kind of carved and forged by betrayal, but you're not helping them, which means also you don't belong together. So it's okay to outgrow people. And I want you to preserve your energy. It's okay if you've outgrown your family members. It's okay if you've outgrown your friends. It should not be that everyone's looking to you to solve their problems all the time. That's not what makes you a leader. What makes you a leader is that you are a problem solver indeed, but it should be that maybe you've gotten so good at solving a problem in this area that now you can expand into other areas of life where people truly value your growth and they are willing to pattern themselves off of what you do. But if they're always expecting you to be the bigger person, always, and they're not patterning themselves to say, hey, you know what? I really like the way he or she handled that. Let me handle myself accordingly. But they're, that's a different kind of thing. You don't belong there. Save your energy, my friends. Save your energy for people who will see what you do great, and they will also go by your example and do something great too, and challenge other people to be great because of what they saw you do great. That's how you know you're helping and you're not enabling. And forgive yourself, okay? Which means don't look back. Again, those are the words. When you hear that word forgiveness, it does not mean that I am going to enable people who have hurt me. It means I'm not going to look back. I'm not going to let the pain of my past control the decisions I'm going to make in the future. Remove yourself from the emotional attachment of how you felt about that situation, because the truth is the truth no matter how you felt about it. Okay, I want you to release yourself from that and just go based off the information that you have today, presently. Is this person good for me or bad for me? Are they helping me grow? Am I helping them grow? These are the decision points. Is it hopeless or is it helpful? What do I have to gain? Is this an asset or is it a liability? Make your decisions from those points. When you can stop judging a person, and you're stop looking for their demise, or you're looking for their downfall, or you're wondering if God is going to punish them, that's how you know you've forgiven them. Not because they don't deserve justice. It's only because you have decided to focus on your life, your growth, and you no longer want to live in the past anymore, but you want to stay present to the future, and you want to make your decisions and your plans based on who you're becoming and not based on who you were. So I want you to give yourself that opportunity to grow, to expand, to be present, to know that you are safe. And you may have to tell yourself that I am safe. I have changed. I have evolved. Sit and rest in that divine energy who has information, which is so powerful. So that is where your emotions were important, because now you have information about something and you can make an informed decision about who should be in your life and who should not. Not based on your emotions, but based on truth, okay? Based on the facts. Are they good? Or are they bad? It's easy. It doesn't have to be that, no, my feelings are still too hurt. And it's okay if they are. I'm not blaming you for that. Sometimes some things are just raw. It hurts, which means in this moment, you need a boundary. And in any case, anytime you have to set a boundary, it's because someone usually doesn't know how to respect it and honor it. So you kind of have to build that hardened cast around some of the pain that you have so that you can protect it. But make sure you're healing it. Commit to that, okay? Commit to it. It shouldn't be that something hurts the same today that it did 20 years ago. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you should be healing. And if you're struggling with any area of your life where there is something that, oh man, I faced this rejection back then, and now I'm having a hard time, moving forward and asking for help or asking for support because these people disappointed me there. So now I don't want to ask anybody for help. Those are areas where it's really good to have a life coach, a mental health professional who can support you in those journeys so that you can build up the strength and the confidence that you need to be able to progress in your life. So I want you to think of those things in your mind that it's like, man, if I could get past this hurdle, I could be great. And we're all going to run into them. Every single barrier that you have, it's mental. It's not really a real barrier, it's mental. So think through those real barriers and think through those moments in life that taught you that this is a barrier and a challenge. And I want you to find someone that you can work with that can help strengthen you to build confidence in those spaces. But please consider, my friends, the areas where you have to not look back. I'm not going to use the word forgive. I'm going to say, don't look back. Be present and forward instead. So, anyhow, I hope that this was helpful. Please share this with someone that you know that may be stuck. Please share with them Camp Voice. Again, that's coachtia.org/Camp Voice. Thank you so much for supporting my content. I love you, but most importantly, God loves you. This was a kingdom conversation. Remember, I always say that in my videos. Those of you who are members of this kingdom, you know who you are. If not, I'm always happy to share my faith. So please feel free to jump in on my inbox and we can discuss it. So, anyhow, God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon. Go Bucks.